Welcome back to Crow's Recap. Today, we're diving into one of the most brutal and honest prison films ever made, A Prayer Before Dawn. This is a harrowing true story about an English boxer named Billy Moore, who was arrested in Thailand and incarcerated in one of the world's most dangerous prisons. It's a raw, unflinching look at drug addiction, prison brutality, and the desperate fight for survival. If you love authentic cinema that doesn't shy away from darkness, this film is for you. Let's break down this incredible true story. Billy Moore grew up in poverty in Liverpool, England. His father was an alcoholic who told Billy repeatedly that he was worthless. By age 16, Billy was already committing crimes, stealing cars, burgling homes, and using drugs. His life was spiraling downward fast. Boxing became his only escape route. He trained hard and showed real promise, but his addiction to heroin and cocaine destroyed his career. After years in and out of British prisons, Billy finally got clean through a rehabilitation program. Desperate for a fresh start, he moved to Thailand in 2005. In Thailand, Billy worked teaching English and as a stunt double on Sylvester Stallone's Rambo 4. He was building a legitimate life. But the underground fighting scene and the presence of drugs pulled him back in. He became addicted to crystal methamphetamine and yaba, a highly addictive Thai drug. Soon he was dealing stolen phones and weapons to support his habit. In 2007, Thai police arrested him. He received a 3-year sentence. Billy's first prison was Chiang Mai Central in northern Thailand. His first night, he slept on the cold floor next to a dead body. In just 1 week, he counted 25 corpses being carried out. The prison was overcrowded, unsanitary, and controlled by gangs. Murder, suicide, and rape were everyday occurrences. Billy was a white foreigner, surrounded by Thai inmates. He couldn't speak the language. He was beaten, threatened, and pushed around constantly. He developed a severe hernia from a past motorcycle accident, and the pain was agonizing. Due to his injuries and the violence, Billy was transferred to Klong Prem Central Prison in Bangkok, known as the Bangkok Hilton. Billy himself described Klong Prem as 1,000 times worse than Chiang Mai. This was the most notorious, brutal, and corrupt prison in Thailand. Guards were sadistic. Inmates were hardened criminals. Gang violence was the norm. Sexual assault happened constantly. The prison was essentially lawless. Billy was placed in a cell controlled by a ruthless gang leader named Keng. Immediately, Billy was targeted for violence and abuse. He witnessed inmates being murdered with smuggled weapons. He saw a young inmate beaten with a metal chair, his head smashed against concrete. He watched a man violently gang raped by multiple attackers. The prison was flooded with drugs. Crystal meth and yaba were readily available, sold by corrupt guards and inmate dealers. Billy, already struggling with addiction, began using again heavily. His drug use became his escape from the horror, even though it endangered him constantly. After a violent altercation with a corrections officer where Billy bit his neck, he was thrown into solitary confinement. In isolation, his mental state completely deteriorated. He made the decision to end his life and attempted suicide by slashing his wrists, but a young Thai inmate talked him out of it, telling Billy that if he died, other prisoners would be beaten as punishment. After his suicide attempt, Billy was rescued by an unexpected person, a transgender inmate named Fame who worked in the prison commissary. Fame befriended Billy when he had no one else. She helped him navigate the prison's brutal social hierarchy. Through Fame, Billy began to understand how to survive. But his drug addiction continued. He was constantly high, and his behavior became increasingly violent. In one disturbing incident, he was bribed with methamphetamine to violently assault 2 Muslim kitchen workers. After nearly beating them to death, Billy realized he had to change something fundamental about himself. Prison guards kept telling him, "Join the boxing team. Fight with those guys instead of with the gangs." Billy made the decision to join the prison's Muay Thai boxing team that represented the prison in official tournaments. When Billy joined the boxing team, his life completely changed. The boxers protected each other like brothers. The trainer and warden treated Billy like family for the first time. It was the first moment since his arrival that Billy felt like he belonged somewhere. As a symbol of his commitment, Billy got a traditional sakyant tattoo on his back. The process took an entire week using guitar strings tied to bamboo, and it was extremely painful. But Billy endured it without complaining. Billy trained seriously with the boxing team. His coach recognized that despite his lack of experience in Muay Thai, Billy had raw talent and fighting instinct. Muay Thai involves using fists, elbows, knees, and shins. It requires extreme conditioning and pain tolerance. The warden, Preacha, was so impressed by Billy's dedication that he made an unprecedented decision. He nominated Billy to compete in the National Muay Thai tournament. This was extraordinary.
You're going to move to the boxing team's cell.
Because no foreign inmate had ever been allowed to represent a Thai prison in the national tournament. But there was a serious problem. Billy's hernia was getting worse. The prison doctors warned him that if he took a hard shot to his stomach, he could bleed to death internally. They told him he should not fight. It was too dangerous.
Any more trauma, and frankly, you could bleed to death.
Billy faced an impossible choice. If he didn't fight, he would lose his place on the boxing team and fall back into the brutal prison hierarchy. He would lose the family he had found. But if he fought, he risked serious internal bleeding or death. Billy decided to fight anyway. Before the tournament, the cell leader Kang and his gang threatened Billy with violence. They told him if he lost, they would kill him. They showed him weapons hidden in the prison. Billy fought against the prison's best boxer, an inmate named Pawn, who was considered nearly unbeatable. Pawn hated foreigners, so he fought with extra aggression and intent. The fight was brutal and incredibly intense. Billy took massive shots to his midsection, aggravating his hernia with every impact. He was bleeding internally throughout the fight, but he kept fighting. With a spinning back elbow, Billy knocked Pawn out. He had won. He had defeated the prison's best fighter. But the victory came at an enormous physical cost. After winning, Billy vomited blood. He was coughing up blood and collapsing from his injuries. He was rushed to a hospital for emergency medical care for severe internal bleeding. In the hospital ward, Billy had a profound moment. He saw his father, the man who had told him as a child that he was worthless. The real Billy Moore appears in this scene. The two men exchange a solemn smile. There are no grand words, just two men looking at each other with regret, forgiveness, and love. After serving his 3-year sentence, Billy was released through a royal amnesty granted by the King of Thailand in October 2010. He became an author, writing his memoir, A Prayer Before Dawn, My Nightmare in Thailand's Prisons. The book became successful and powerful. More importantly, Billy dedicated his post-prison life to helping other addicts and supporting their recovery. He became a recovery advocate, sharing his story with people struggling with addiction. He credits his recovery to organizations like Prisoners Abroad and Narcotics Anonymous. A Prayer Before Dawn is not an easy film to watch. It includes brutal scenes of prison violence, sexual assault, suicide attempts, and human degradation. But it's important that it shows these things, because those are the realities of incarceration in some of the world's worst prisons. Joe Cole's performance is absolutely outstanding. He brings a physicality and emotional rawness to Billy that feels completely authentic. Director Jean-Stéphane Sauveur filmed in actual Thai prisons and cast 3,000 real ex-inmates. This authenticity separates it from typical Hollywood prison dramas. The film's message is complex. It's not a simple redemption narrative. Instead, it's a story about survival, adaptation, and finding meaning even in the most dehumanizing circumstances. It's about how human connection and family, even in the most unlikely places, can save us from destruction. If you haven't watched A Prayer Before Dawn yet, I absolutely recommend it. It's a difficult and uncomfortable viewing experience, but it challenges you to think about addiction, incarceration, human resilience, and redemption. Thank you so much for watching this recap. If you found this film as moving as I do, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more movie recaps. Let us know in the comments what you thought about Billy's story. We upload new recaps every week, so hit that notification bell to never miss our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.